In today's video, we're going to talk about the brand new Vivo V60. This is the latest V series from Vivo that is showcasing some of their true prowess when it comes to not only color processing, but also the imagery and the capabilities that a smartphone can do. This is also powered by the 7 Gen 4, a mid-range processor, but it is the best that Qualcomm has to offer for 2025 for us. So this is TK and this is the Vivo V60. Let's check it out and see what makes it so special. Like and subscribe and make sure you hit that bell icon so that you're always notified to whenever we have new videos for you on the channel. Okay, so in front of us we have the retail packaging. If I'm not mistaken, this is the Thai edition version of this device. This one is actually the Vivo V60, again, co-engineered with Zeiss, as we see the Zeiss branding here. And it is obviously built in, there's a lot of AI in there. So it comes with AI is what Vivo's saying for us. As far as what we get in the box, as you can see, it's a wide enough of a box that we are gonna get some accessories. So we have a color matching case, not exact same color, but definitely very nice. I love the fact that they continued the color scheme. We obviously have a SIM removal tool and USB-A to USB-C cable that allows us to use the included charger in the box here. This will allow us to actually charge this device at 90 watts. And this is to support the 6500 milliampere battery that we have built in on the V60. 6500 milliampere, absolutely fantastic. No wireless charging, but we do have that wired connection included, and of course the charger is in here. So this is pretty much what we should expect in the box. So we talked about this fact that we have a 6500 milliampere battery in here. We also have a dual or triple camera stack in the back. Dual 50s and an 8 megapixel. So we have a 50 megapixel primary, 50 megapixel telephoto, and of course we also have an 8 megapixel ultra wide. We have the ring light here, an LED light, provide us the LED dual tone LED flash. On the side here, we have a volume rocker and a power button. Hopefully you guys can see that. The color here is beautiful and it's very much a deep purple color. I hope this comes through in the actual footage. We have obviously the microphones, the IR blaster on the top. On the left side, pretty much a clean slate. And of course, on the bottom, we have access to the SIM tray, dual SIM tray capabilities here, no eSIM, unfortunately. Bottom side USB-C, and of course, we have the microphone and the bottom firing speaker. The display that we have in here is a beautiful 6.77-inch display. This is technically a 2322 by 1080, so it's a 1080p resolution. The fingerprint sensor, as you saw here, is in display, and of course, I have that nice little Goku. I'll say this. Let me know in the comments below what part of the series this is from Dragon Ball. Since if you guys follow me for some time, I'm pretty sure you guys know exactly who this is. Again, we have access to the Google Play Store. This comes pre-installed, access to gallery applications, phone, all of that. It does come with its first-party Vivo applications by default. So if you do want to install, let's say, Messenger or something, directly download that directly from the Google Play Store. Now, we talked about the fact that this is running the 7 Gen 4. And the 7 Gen 4 is a mid-range processor at the top of the line of what Qualcomm is offering us. In their standard, I would say, smart profile management, it runs basically about almost 1200. So 1200 by 3374 for what you should expect. In the performance on the daily, actually, I'll probably say this has been managed quite well. There's been no issues, no stuttering, no concerns. Performance, even when it comes down to gaming. And I will say this is definitely not a gaming phone, but it's more focused around the cameras. This actually performed quite well. I was able to play Call of Duty Mobile at max, but at low resolution. But the gaming actually had no problem and the phone did not heat up. So the 7 Gen 4 should have no problem handling all your needs. As far as the name, again, this is the Vivo V60. It is running FunTouch 15 on top of Android 15. The model that I have has 12 gigs of RAM with 512 gigs of internal storage, but their models will actually start all the way from 8, 128, all the way up to 12, 512. So just the configuration that you're looking here. And the cameras that we have on the back, again, is the dual 50s with the 8 on the ultra wide, and we have a front-facing 50 megapixel camera. So we have access to the Google feed. Swiping down brings down the notification panel, and we are looking at the standard notification panel. So notifications are under the actual toggles themselves. Access to the app drawer here to be able to install and, of course, customize your app experience. When we jump into the camera experience here, this is where basically this device is really showcased. It's supposed to be a powerhouse when it comes to the cameras. Zeiss in the background and of course portrait imagery at its best. So when we jump into portrait here, you'll notice that we have access to almost all of the lenses. That's one of their new functionalities that they added in there. Obviously access to night mode, photo. Video mode, this is where it gets a little bit different. When we get into video, we have access to 4K. Let's go jump into the 4K, but we do not have access to 4K 60. That's one thing I'm not sure why. As well as the same thing on the front-facing camera. I have access to 4K, but no 4K 60. So hopefully maybe this is something that could change in the future in an update. We do have access to a new mode here called Micro Movie. You're able to download different effects, so daily vlog reminders. So it's kind of like social media ready information here. We have a star here, the Astro experience in here, high resolution panorama, ultra HD document scanning, dual view, underwater photography, so on. And as I forgot to mention to you guys, we do have water and dust resistance on this device, so it's not going to have any problems. One of the things that I appreciate about Vivo and what they're able to do is mirror the experience across their lenses. And the performance that we're getting here with the 7 Gen 4 is definitely no slouch. It's a mid-range processor, but it's the best mid-range, actually rivaling some of the probably last year, maybe the year before, even processing power that we've expected to see there. There's a lot of AI functionalities. Right now we're recording on the front-facing camera in here in 4K, and that's going to be the best resolution we're able to get on the main sensor on the front. If we switch it over on the back, again, 4K 30 is pretty much the exact same thing, but we have that telephoto lens. We have the experience that we're getting there. Gaming is great, and again, I'm not going to say that this is a gaming device, but if you want to casually play some games, you're not going to have any problems. Now let's switch over real quick to the main sensor on the back, just to get the experience over there. Now we're recording with the main sensor on the back. We are able to switch between the telephoto and the main sensor since they're both the 50 megapixel cameras. And of course, the experience on the front is pretty much mirrored as we started from there. The ultra-wide is an 8 megapixel camera, so unfortunately 1080p is going to be the best resolution there. But I feel like for content capture and content creation, your main sensor, which is actually a little bit wide, as you could see me in the frame, this is at arm's length, and of course the ability of using the telephoto just gives you even better experiences, and of course getting you closer to the subject more so than what we typically expect. So this is an example of what the audio and video sounds like on the main sensor on the brand new Vivo V60. Now, as usual, we play our favorite song on the channel. This is Alex Kundo Jumbo by NCS Release. We have volume level at 100%. This device does actually support stereo speakers. So the bottom firing speaker and the top speaker here at earpiece are going to give us the experience. We'll go ahead and play our favorite song at the best time. Jack it up. Okay, so I will say that the sound is definitely loud enough for us to be able to enjoy any kind of content, music, and so on, or even video calls. Maybe drop it down a few decibels and you should have no problem enjoying your content. We have USB-C here, of course, access in case you have some wired USB-C headphones, or of course you can use Bluetooth for connectivity. And of course we have access to all of the toggles over there. So let's talk real quick about gaming, the experiences that we're able to get here. Let's go ahead and minimize this experience here. And of course, I've been able to play Call of Duty Mobile, and just here, as you know, Vivo does have their side launcher. This is access to their games. We do have access to the esport mode, also able to jump in here into the performance or the tuner and jump it into boost, so that gives us actually even better. Pushing the frame rate all the way to high, and of course, that's just the Wi-Fi that we're connected to. And access to all the different toggles, customizations, recording video. On Call of Duty Mobile, when you go into the settings and you go into performance and graphics, as far as the best configuration, it's going to be ultra for the frame rate and low for the resolution. So how has it been using the V60 in the US, specifically in the LA area on T-Mobile? First and foremost, I will say I have not seen a device that was not meant for the US market be so compatible with the US bands, at least on T-Mobile in my area. And the reason I say this is because I was using my test SIM card. This is the 2 gig SIM card that I have. And unfortunately, the speed test wiped out my entire data on that because it's a 2 gig SIM card. So what you're seeing here essentially is the fastest download speed I was able to get on this, and that was 1288 down. This is on T-Mobile, and it did catch up on 5G. Unfortunately, I ran out of data before I was able to actually do the upload part of the conversation. Short answer, not a problem. You're not going to have any problem connecting and getting access to this. So the model that I have is the V2511, specifically that model if you're looking to pick one up and bring it into the US. I love the color on the back of the device. I love the aesthetics. I love the fact that the case color matches the actual device. A lot of times we don't. We usually get either like a plain color or something that doesn't match. And I want to be able to continue the aesthetics of what the really deep red coloring that Vivo has. This reminds me a lot of the X200 Ultra because that really deep, rich, reddish color is absolutely fantastic on there. And this one is very nice and just very, very pleasing to the eye, even if you're not using it with a case. When it comes down to photography, this is not going to be a slouch. The only thing I will probably say is this. It may take a second after you take the image for the processing or the post-processing to get done, but the images are stunning. The telephoto capture on this is really good. The ultra-wide is actually pretty decent in good lighting. I'm not going to say it's a bad experience. But when it comes down to photography, the main sensor on the front and the 2 cameras on the back, the main 50 and the telephoto 50, are going to give you some of the best experiences on this device, and they're not going to disappoint. Zeiss color calibration, as well as the fact that we have the portrait capabilities that we have in here, the additional AI functionalities that we have directly within the gallery, so you now have access to magic erasers and stuff like that, things like that help you augment the experience on the app. or on the images that you've taken, especially if there's a lot of people in the background, are not going to disappoint. So there's a lot of great things going in there. And of course, a battery to last you for days. So marry the battery with the size of the display as well as the resolution. And again, you can go all the way up to 120 Hertz. I'm not sure if I mentioned that already or not. You're not going to be disappointed. It's a well-rounded device that gives you a lot of bang for the buck. And that's one of the things that I love. It's living up to the Vivo color science experience. So if you love Vivo, or if you've used Vivo in the past, this is not going to disappoint. And if you're looking for a new device and you're looking to pick up a new device that has great capabilities and not so much of a break in the bank type of an experience, I think the V60 will definitely do a very good experience for you. Thank you very much to Vivo for allowing me to check out the V60. Let me know in the comments below, what do you guys would like to know more about this device? Have you used the Vivo before, especially the V series or even the X series? I think the X series are definitely very capable, but the V series I feel like they're more probably consumer accessible versions, because the price point on these devices are always much less than what you're getting. You're always getting, again, that bang for the buck. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next video.